Yokoi Gar! Greetings, I am Tad Larkin, the lore master of Manda-LORE, and today I'm going to be digging through the archives to elaborate on the Imperial Fortress world of Byss. Byss is located in the Bishkek system in the Deep Core world, and it is the closest planet to true galactic center. A standard day on Byss lasts around 31 standard hours, which is relatively long compared to a year on Byss, which is only 207 days. The planet supports a breathable Type 1 atmosphere, terrestrial climate, and standard gravity, with primary terrain features consisting of plateaus, canyons, lakes, oceans, and urban sprawls. Byss lies in a nearly inaccessible part of the deep core, where only an artificial hyperspace lane maintained by numerous en masse S-thread boosters keep the lane open. No sentient life has ever evolved on Byss. However, its pristine lake country is home to a multitude of microbiological life, and what fauna there is on the planet is mostly nocturnal. The weather on Byss is fairly moderate due to the planet's axial tilt and lack of tectonic plates, making violent storms and volcanic activity a rarity on the planet. 30,000 years before the Battle of Yevon, the Rakatan Infinite Empire colonized Byss and constructed monolithic temples and reigned over the planet, and for 5,000 years until their civilization eventually waned and collapsed. Rakatan temples and structures eventually fell to ruin, and Byss was lost and forgotten to the galaxy until about 45 BBY, around 25,000 years later, when it was rediscovered, yet no attempt to colonize it was ever made. It wasn't until the establishment of the New Order that Emperor Palpatine selected Byss as the location for his personal retreat and secret throne world should Coruscant fall. Thousands of slaves, including Utapauans and Gamorreans, were brought to Byss in order to construct the Emperor's citadel, as well as much of the ruling city, the capital of Byss. During the early years of the Galactic Empire, a group of captive minor Jedi and Padawans were taken to Byss in order to be trained as Imperial Inquisitors, tasked with hunting down the remaining Jedi. However, only 4 survived rigorous training with the Sith Lord Darth Vader. Project Sarlacc, which was a prototype Super Star Destroyer that would later pave the way for the Executor-class Star Dreadnought, was commissioned on Byss. However, it was destroyed by forces led by Bail Organa and Ayla Artladet. In 0 ABY, Emperor Palpatine opened limited immigration to Byss, among them Alderaanian refugees displaced by the destruction of their entire planet by the first Death Star, and, unbeknownst to them, Palpatine was slowly draining their life energies for his own maniacal purposes. The presence of the dark side was so immense on Byss due to Palpatine and his dark side adepts with their constant Sith experiments that Byss's physical appearance began to alter as its soil became to grow infertile to where nothing more than weeds would grow, and a greenish-bluish hue enveloped the entire atmosphere. Being an Imperial Fortress world, Byss was fully equipped with orbital dry dock facilities, where multiple superweapons, such as the World Devastators, Galaxy Gun, and the Eclipse-class Super Star Destroyers were built, and a large fleet was maintained around the planet at all times. When Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader were killed at the Battle of Endor in 4 ABY, Byss remained fanatically loyal to the Empire and Palpatine. Little did the average Byss citizen know, however, was that this wasn't the last of Palpatine, as in his citadel numerous clones of the Dark Lord were left gestating in Spartai cloning cylinders, and sometime before 10 ABY, his Force essence found its way into one of those clone bodies. When Coruscant was retaken by the Empire, Luke Skywalker was taken captive and brought back to Byss, where he fell to the dark side and became Palpatine's apprentice. Yet there was still good in him yet, as he destroyed the Spartai cloning cylinders containing Palpatine's last clones before he managed to escape. Eventually, this new offensive was beaten back by the New Republic, and Palpatine's Force essence was snuffed out when it was denied entry into the newborn Anakin Solo's body. Byss itself was destroyed when Palpatine's Eclipse II Super Star Destroyer rammed into the Galaxy Gun, triggering it, and it fired at Byss. Ironically, the planet that so many homeless Alderaanians took refuge on suffered the same fate as their long-lost homeworld. Though Byss was reduced to nothing but an asteroid field, dark side energies still lingered where Byss's mass shadow once stood, and in 14 ABY, Tavion Axmis sought to make use of these energies in her quest to resurrect the long-dead Sith Lord Marka Ragnos. Initially, Rosh Pennon was sent to Byss to investigate, and rather than stopping Axmis, he was seduced by her, and the once proud Jedi fell to the dark side. A second Jedi mission was sent to Byss, this time led by Kyle Katarn and his former apprentice Jaden Kor, to investigate what may have happened to Pennon, which resulted in the two ending up in captivity aboard a Dreadnought-class heavy cruiser. This ends my findings on Byss. If you have any suggestions for future transmissions, don't be afraid to drop a comment. In the meantime, keep your comm channels open for future transmissions, and don't forget to subscribe! Tad Larkin, out.